And we're live. That was a great opener.
Sorry for the belch. Sorry.
Gonna open it up with good morning.
I could have said rats, okay?
Hello, everybody. Happy Blood and Beans. Happy Sunday.
It's Sunday. Sunday.
It'll be a busy Sunday for me. Well, just video editing. And then I'm going to do the narrating today. Video editing today's got to be done.
Maybe I'll pop up.
Good morning, lover of wolves. It is quiet. It's okay. Quiet's alright.
Dude, I so want to get... Is that a her?
Lover of wolves?
Yes.
That's dog lover.
Oh, I didn't... Stop changing these names. I want to get her a cuff like this. But with a dog. So I'm going to look on Temu. I'm going to add it to my list. Getting you a present, Dio. I know you're that way.
That one's actually really good. I like that one. What's the difference between beer nuts and deer nuts? Beer nuts are about 50 cents, and deer nuts are just under $1.
Oh, God.
Get it?
That's such a dad joke.
Get it? They're just under $1?
Yes.
I like it. That one I like. That was really good. Like, I like all your jokes. That one was like, that was really funny.
Oh, yeah, that'd be nice.
Incense? Pocket's gonna light some incense.
Harmony?
Sure.
Or actually, no, it's called Peace of
Today,
Mind.
I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, alright, I gotta do Blood and Beans, but like, what do I talk about? I really haven't done a whole, like,
yesterday.
any narrating in like 2 weeks. I have to do some of that this week. I do have 2 stories narrated. I just have to get them up and edited.
Did you tell everybody we went?
So you will. I just started the fucking stream. So no.
Not yet.
But now I also realized that we hadn't had Blood and Beans last week.
Oh, yeah, no.
So we actually have a lot to talk about. So let me finish.
Sorry.
But yeah, last week was Locust Stock 2023, as it has now been dubbed the annual Locust Stock Party.
Yes, we will be making t-shirts.
It was fun. I got to meet a lot of you guys. Like, I know I was talking about it a couple of weeks ago on Blood and Beans. Like, I'm gonna see some of you people soon, and it actually happened. You know, there was a lot of successes. There was a few bumps along the way, but we got everything sorted out and plowed through and had...
Nobody died.
I mean, I don't know about everybody else, but, I mean, I do. I believe what everybody's told me. But I know personally, for me, one of my absolute best weekends ever of my life. I had so much fun. And I didn't even think that we could top last year. Because last year was great, right? Last year we had Somber come up and Lilith Gallows came up. And we all partied in the game room, and then we partied at the bar, and then at the Locust Lake bar.
Oh, and
then we went up to in the woods, and we had a keg party up by camp. And we ended the night having a rave in the Blackwoods. Little impromptu one, just, you know, what it was, like 6 of us. We all just kind of wandered off into the Blackwoods with some LED glow lights and some party favors, and just kind of like hung out in the woods for a couple hours and swung around glow sticks last year.
Oh, last year, yeah.
And whatnot. It was fun. Like, it was like a nice little thing that we said, yeah, we had like a little rave in the Blackwoods and whatnot. This year, because we kind of already knew what we wanted to do, we were able to set things up a little bit further, and big round of applause to both Somber and my buddy Shawnee for really setting that up. Somber did a crap ton for the secret campsite that we actually set up, and I'll get to that.
Yeah, he did.
Shawnee did that, and like literally
wielded the chainsaw.
everything else. Like,
did he put the glow sticks in the trees?
I don't know, but he bought the glow sticks.
Yeah, he bought.
I'm sure Somber helped. Anyways, so it was fun. Lilith Gallows got to come up again, and so did Somber. They showed up at my house on Thursday. Pockets made a big thing of macaroni salad, pasta salad, which I totally forgot about. So it ended up going bad over the weekend because it just sat in the fridge.
I'll get more tuna fish and more pizza bacon.
It's fine. We also got 2 pizzas from Village Pizzeria. Like
one pepperoni, one sausage.
My favorite.
Sorry, Shannon
My
was
favorite
very happy
pizza.
about that.
That was really, really good. It was fun. So we all I got back from picking up Lilith. Somber drove 13 hours to get to my house.
And did not sit down
then
for free.
Then he got to my house and jumped in the car to drive to go get Lilith, which took us another 2.5 hours to get there and back. Got back to my house, maybe 3. Back to my house. We all ate a piece of pizza, went in the game room, and I didn't have to work last Friday. I made sure to take the day off. Morning, Fuzzy. How are you?
Hey, Fuzz.
So I actually really got, because last year when they came, we only partied in the game room for an hour, and then I had to go to bed because I had to go to work. And then we all went up to the lake on Friday, and we partied on Friday night right through Monday morning. This year I was smart, took Friday off. So with Somber and Lilith here, Pockets and I went into the game room with them. We had a few drinks. We took these, we had some chocolate bars with some interesting ingredients with even more interesting side effects.
Even more interesting side effects.
And about 10 o'clock, we're standing around, we're dancing to the music, we're chilling. There's 3 chairs in this small game room. And 10 o'clock, we're all just yeah. And we just sat down where we stood and stared at the ceiling and listened to music in the black lights until 3 o'clock in the morning. We ended up getting a call from, or not a call, I got a message from AK Fennec, who said that she was actually leaving where she was to go head up to the lake. And this is 3 o'clock Friday morning, 3 a.m. It's well, I got to get to sleep so that way we can get up to the lake and meet Fennec when she gets there, because she had a much longer drive to get there than I did. I knew I had time to finish having fun, go to sleep, wake up, pack the car, get ready to leave, drive to the lake, and still get there before she did. That's how far she came from. She actually drove 12 hours to get there. Morning, Lilith. Good morning, as the news tightens. So we did that. Got up early Friday morning. When I picked up Lilith on Thursday, I heard a clunk in the Explorer I was driving, and the ABS light came on. So I was oh, we just lost the anti-lock brakes. And I knew I was having problems with the anti-lock brakes. I looked it up, and you're fine to drive a vehicle with anti-lock brakes. I'm all right, we should be good to go anyway. Loaded up the car, drove just about all the way to Susquehanna County in Pennsylvania without problems. I got off the highway, though. I had problems driving the car, turning it without it making really weird noises. And I'm well, it's got to be just the anti-lock brakes, because I'm not hearing a clunk when I turn side to side or anything. So I know it's not anything else. So get up to camp Friday, spend the whole day setting shit up. Didn't want to drink anything because I had to drive back and forth to the gas station and shit to meet people. So I, smoking some legal marijuana. At least it's legal where I live. And eventually Fennec did make it to the gas station 2 o'clock in the afternoon, 2:30. So I went down there to get her. Shiloh took a ride with me. I scared the shit out of her. Fennec's sitting in her truck, staring right in front of the Locust Lake Gas Mart. She's sitting in her truck, and she's looking at her phone. And I walk up to the truck because I know it's her, because it's the only license plate in the parking lot that's from the state that she's from. I walk up to her, and I just tippity tap on the window, and she turns and she jumps, and it was fantastic. So that was my introduction to Fennec face to face. So she followed me up to the lake. And poor dog lover was having nothing but problems all day. She had to bring an animal to the vet. She ended up getting a flat tire. She got bad news at her job, and she's just having a horrible, horrible day. So she didn't actually get there till way later at night.
Yeah.
So I had to give them directions basically to the camp road.
And they made it.
They did. They made it perfectly. Dog lover's mom came with her. We nicknamed her Foxy because everybody has to have a name. Mom worked.
We called her Mom.
Mom the whole weekend, but Foxy works too. So.
What the fuck?
But yeah, so that way she didn't get lost. And obviously, dog lover's first time meeting us, her parents wanted to make sure that she's safe and that I'm not like some kind of creepy killer or something.
Gave us such a big hug and thanked us
oh,
so
we'll
much
get
for
there.
being good
This
to
is
that
still Friday. So they showed up finally, and by the time they got there, like, I don't know, by then I actually had a couple of drinks, but not a lot. I had a couple. But when they got there, then the fun began. My buddy Shawnee showed up with a keg before Dog Lover and Fennec got there. We went up to the Blackwoods. Me, Lilith, Pockets, Shiloh, Somber. Shawnee wasn't with us yet.
We just went to look at the spot.
I think that was it.
Yep.
I wanted to find a spot because my family, which basically owns the Locust Lake property, they're a little bit nervous this year because they have gotten, not because of anything I've done or even anything they've done, they've got asshole neighbors, and they had the police there asking questions about basically the family reunion that we had. And again, nobody's doing anything wrong, but my brother is a very paranoid individual.
It's that guy who was looking for his cat.
He, told me, he's like, well, listen, you can just drinking, which is fine. It's basically all I do is drink anyway, basically.
As far as
and he goes, no people I don't know, which kind of defeated the whole fucking purpose, because the whole point of people coming to the Locust Lake thing is to meet people they've never met before. It's the point. So I had to assure him that everybody was over the age of 21. Everybody brought IDs so that way they could prove it, and they did. They said that everyone's going to have to give up their keys, but that never happened. Again,
I think he got drunk and forgot.
I don't think he got drunk and forgot. I think he realized that with Joanne and everybody there, it's just a stupid thing to do to make adults give over their keys.
I told you when
My friends...
He's going to make everybody
My friends, the people that I invite up...
And Joanne's like, that's stupid.
Yeah, the people I invite up... The people I invite up, they don't drive. They don't drink and then go for a drive. I don't invite idiots up.
That is exactly what Joanne said to Adam. Oh my God, like verbatim.
So, but yeah, we walked up into the Blackwoods. I wanted to find a party spot, basically. I knew that, like, this year, Shawnee told me he was bringing hundreds of glow sticks. We already had a half keg of Sam Adams cherry wheat, which, by the way, is fucking fantastic.
I had a soul.
And I didn't want my brother with his four-wheeler and stuff, like, driving around the mountain, going over to either my camp, or either like, well, maybe they're not here, maybe they're up at Pine Ridge, which is right at the Blackwoods, the Pine Ridge cabin. So he could take his four-wheeler up there and find us up there with the EDM music and the glow sticks, and some of us might, be on some things. I didn't want to deal with that. So I was like, we need to find a party spot on this mountain, but we can. It's 70 acres of land.
Yeah.
Of nothing but untouched woodland on a mountain. And there's nobody that knows this land better than I do. I grew up there. And it's based, 70 acres, that 70 acres is literally my backyard. I know all of it. So I'm like, I'll just find a spot.
I know some.
Adam says, my brother says this, my brother says that, fuck that. I'm just going to go find a spot. So I did. We went up to the Black Ridge cabin, Blackwoods cabin right on Pine Ridge. But you just kept walking straight. So we followed that old logging trail straight. Kept going straight through the weeds. And there's a tree laying across. And then we went under the tree, kept walking this trail, trying to find... And we went for it was a long walk. It was like a mile. I'm like, man, I don't know if we're going to be able to get the keg all the way back in here. But it's, nice and hidden anyway. So we kept walking where everybody's exhausted. And I'm like, well, I'm just going to go to the top of this hill and see what it looks like. I said, if that's not it, I said, we'll just turn around, we'll camp somewhere right here on the trail. We're definitely far enough in. I walked up to the top of this hill, and literally it was this little itty bitty spot, kind of like on the edge of the mountain as it's coming down the slope.
I think it's right over Rock City.
It's on the other, it's down the hill from Rock City.
That's what I'm saying.
So basically the mountain is it's not quite a cliff, but it's a very steep incline. So imagine this steep incline on a mountain coming right down to like this little logging trail road. So you got like this flat ledge that's about 10 feet wide, and then on the other side of that logging trail road, it goes right back again to like a really steep incline down the mountain into the woods. And that was where we partied, is right on that 10-foot wide path. That path went like down around the horn of the mountain, up this little hill, and stopped. And there was like this little 10-foot area where with whatever machine did this turned around. And it created like this swirling spot with rocks and stones right near one edge and a flat spot like a path where its one tire track was. And I was like, oh my God, this is our campsite. There was even a small break in the trees. It was so thick, the canopy, but there's this one spot right over this swirling little dip in the ground where all the rocks are and stuff. And where there's no branches above it. And the sunlight was just shining down onto this spot like a message from fucking God. I was like, that is the fire pit. That's where the small fire pit is going to go. And Shawnee's like, well, it's going to be, we're going to be right on top of this. Someone could get, wasted and fall over the edge. So he's like, we'll build a fence and stuff like that. Because I told him where I wanted the spot to be. I was like, I think this is fucking perfect. He came Friday with the keg. Him and Somber went up into the woods to do their thing. I didn't even go with them. I didn't even see what they were going to do with it. They were up there for hours.
They were up there for
hours.
3 hours. 3 hours.
Then Dog Lover came. Then Shawnee and Somber came back down, and we partied all night. And Saturday, I still didn't go up and take a look. Shawnee, I think, went up to grab a couple of things on Sunday just to put more things up there.
Yeah.
Sunday night, and again, we're kind of skipping ahead here, and I'll get to Sunday night when we went up there. So then Saturday, Friday we partied till what? 5 in the morning? 4 in the morning? Saturday, we did the real keg party thing, because now we had the keg all day long. The walk up to the quarry on Saturday night, that was beautiful. I'm so glad I didn't skip that.
I'm so happy
We drank so much beer. My buddy brought me, Shawnee, he brought me Das Boot, which is a big glass boot. It's it's beautiful. I love this thing. And he actually gave it to me at the end of the weekend. So
yes.
I have Das Boot. I'm so fucking happy.
I thought he was going to cry when he gave it to him.
I still might.
I really did. I thought he was going to cry because he's always wanted one. And every time I went to Spencer's to get one, they're like $40. Like, what
Saturday, what did we do? We did anything during the day. I think that's right. We tried to go to the $1 Million Highway on Saturday. That's what it was. Shawnee was going to show up later in the day, and we were going to go meet him there. And went to drive. The wheel fell off my car, basically.
I got under there.
I went down and went to turn and went down the road, and you just heard grinding. And I went like maybe 30 feet down the road. I'm like, I can't drive this.
You let it go of the wheel and just all of a sudden
I turned around to drive it back to the end of that bottom dirt road going up to Locust Lake, and like I almost couldn't do it. The 30 feet down the road, the tire was so cockeyed and broken.
It was scary. And he's a good
So anyways, had to leave the Explorer there, hiked up the trail. I'm like, listen, we can't do $1 Million Highway today. Maybe we'll do it tomorrow. I wanted to do the quarry walk tomorrow, but you know what? I like walking up to the quarry at night anyway. So let's just do that tonight. Because if it's nice out and it's clear, the quarry's at the top of a mountain. So when you sit in the middle of the quarry and you look up, you can't see trees. And it's so clear because there's no lights around. And it's like you're sitting in a fucking planetarium. It's half the sky. Half the sky. I'm getting there. So we did. We figured out a game plan, how I was going to get home, how I might get back and forth to work. And I said, fuck it, we're just going to party all weekend. We're here, right? We're here. Everything else will work itself out. We're here. Saturday night, it was only you and who else? Did anybody stay behind with you at camp? No, you were the only one that stayed. And Pacus did not want to walk up to the quarry because it's a hell of a walk.
And I did not have my inhaler with me, so I did
not
feel
was
comfortable taking the walk.
Me, Shawnee, Veronica, which is Shawnee's fiance, Somber, Lilith, Fennec, Dog Lover's mom. And we all walked up the mountain through the trail in the middle of the black. Got to the top. It was a clear night, and it wasn't just a full moon. It was a super moon. And the highway, it was a super blue moon, actually. The quarry's been filled in right now because it's law. Once you're done using it, you have to fill it back in until you open it back up again. So they filled in all the quarry with whatnot, and it grew grass. Like, it's short grass.
It looks kind of like Breath of the Wild.
It does. Looks like Breath of the Wild up there. It's like this big, rocky, rolling field at the top of a mountain. And we sat up in this field, in the middle of the field. And you could just, everything looked so fluorescent, like literally bathed in moonlight. It was fucking gorgeous. And you look up at the sky, and half the sky is nothing but moonlight because it's a super moon, and the other half is nothing but stars. And you could only see like people's black silhouettes sitting in the grass in this field, bathed in moonlight, and it literally just looked like you were sitting on top of the world. I could not have imagined a better night if I had planned it that way. Yeah. It was absolutely perfect up there. It was so pretty. What's up, Somber? How are you?
Somber! It lives and breathes.
He's up before us. So then we hiked back down in the dark. Dog lover almost slipped a couple times, so I had to hold her arm all the way down. We hiked down the mountain, so
yeah,
she
I know
didn't
she
fall.
told me also too Sunday at the race. You helped her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't want her to fall.
Yeah.
So.
Well, no, she was so worried about me getting upset hanging on to you. I'm like, no, if he's guiding you down, that's fine.
No, yeah, no.
Just don't chase him around like a ham sandwich.
So
you might get a little scared, go off the cliff.
We get back down to camp, and we partied until what, 6 a.m.? I know that Shawnee and I were both doing keg stands at 6:30.
I was gonna say,
in the morning.
At 6:30, we came down off the mountain.
That was Saturday. We haven't even gotten to the good part yet. So Sunday, we did go down to the $1 Million Highway eventually. I actually had Dog Lover and her mom take me down. It was just me and those two. And I took them to the $1 Million Highway, and we walked the $1 Million Highway. I told them a story about how it got there, why it's there. I told them a couple personal stories about when I used to party down there when I was younger.
Don't drop a receipt.
We walked that was the story I told them. We walked all the way down to where we used to party, just, about a mile into the trail. We hung out for a minute and talked and whatnot, and then we just hiked back. They took some pictures. We saw some wildlife, and it was actually really nice and relaxing.
I hope they come to our house sometime. I think Dog Lover would have fun with Eastwood. Mm-hmm. Of course, if Lola's here, they're going to have to fight over the dog.
Then we got back to camp. We cooked everybody food. I actually went over to the Locust Lake bar and used the grill.
Fuck, I didn't check
I
the
took
grease trap.
all...
I didn't check the grease trap.
Oh, I filled that fucker. I cooked, all the meat I had, except for some hot dogs. Shawnee and Veronica, they brought over all the stuff that they had. And actually, Veronica did, because Somber and Shawnee this is when they had made a special trip back up to what was dubbed Camp Redcorn. Now, Shawnee is the one that named it, and because he is mostly Native American, and Somber, who's from Indiana, told him, if you're going to name it Camp Redcorn, I feel that corn should somehow be involved. So Shawnee had Somber help him out with the campsite. So
and he was happy to do it.
And I made
was happy to
tons of food. I grilled all the meat. I had so much meat to grill. I said, I just need the flat top grill. I have so much meat to cook. And I cooked. I cooked. There's a lot of people to fucking feed.
And we
ate. I cooked all the meat. We all ate the food. It was like 7:30, and I was trying to head up there at about 8. I don't think we headed up into the woods though until about 8:30, quarter to 9.
Yeah. About 8:30.
We grabbed. I had my Bluetooth speaker because Shawnee told me to buy an extra one, so I had mine. I grabbed his 2 extra chairs that he brought. I grabbed a shit ton of liquor bottles. A tarp. What else? I grabbed a ton of stuff, and
I don't know why I brought up
Shawnee grabbed a table. We all just grabbed all our shit, everything that we could possibly grab.
Yeah,
chairs, table, drinks, soda, everything, and put them in backpacks and tied shit to backpacks. It just went. We were 10 people, basically grabbed as much stuff as they could carry, and we all hiked up. Just about dark out. It was almost dark. Just about dark out, and we all hiked up the mountain to Camp Redcorn. And when we got there, I noticed, because Shawnee and Somber had actually come back down and eaten at this point, and then they all walked up with us together. Him and Somber had hung the glow sticks, or at least some of them. They'd hung some of the glow sticks. So we hiked in so fucking far. And you finally get there, and now
It's
you
all
see
lit
the glow
up.
sticks. And it would look so
pretty.
freaking nice. They put a little plaque up there that says Camp Redcorn.
I'm gonna get a permanent
Somber
marker.
made like a corn weave fence out of sticks and built like a fence, like where so people didn't like fall
off
off
the
the
edge.
cliff. And then he built like tied glow sticks to it, so like
Go
it
to
glowed.
Rock City. Go for a
And
visit.
it was absolutely cool as fucking
It was.
hell up there.
And they made a little fire pit, little tiny.
Yeah, little awesome little fire pit with a
self-contained fire pit.
with a little tripod thing that like had a grill hanging down from it, so you could like cook right on top of the grill that's hanging over the top of the fire pit. It was absolutely perfect. I put music on my Bluetooth speaker through my phone, and then I actually, I kind of brought my Jacob Treagle costume with me and hid it in the woods on Friday.
Yeah.
So when we all got up there, I told the story about the Black Woods, the real urban legend of Jacob Treagle that I heard my whole life when I was growing up. And when I was done doing that, I had to go to the bathroom, so I walked off into the woods, and then I came back out of the woods. Or maybe it wasn't me, maybe it was really him. But Jacob Treagle showed up at the rave and was saying hello to everybody, and he was passing out party favors to those who would like said party favors.
Woohoo!
And it was a ton of fun. There was at one point
I got the
where
brain.
we had to bring Shiloh back, because Shiloh came with us too, my daughter.
Hell yeah, Shiloh did.
But
Of
she
course.
wanted to go back. It was like midnight,
Yeah,
1
she's
o'clock.
tired.
She was beat, and I said, "Well, I'm gonna walk you home because it's a mile through the woods in the black, and there's no lights at all." And
My
so
little girl did that.
Shawnee, Veronica, and Somber came with me and Shiloh because there was a case of water back at the truck, and we were running out of water. And there's people that are
More protection also for the kids.
that need hydration. And yes, more protection for even Shiloh's like, well, I could make this walk by myself. It's a walk a mile through the wilderness
I know.
with wild animals like bears and mountain lions. Like, I'm not gonna have you walk through the woods for a mile in the black. Like, that's
I'll
not
never find you again.
bad parent.
Bad parent.
So I left Shiloh at camp. She walked her home. She went to camp. Went to turn around to go back, and Veronica said she wanted to, before she walked back, she wanted to stop and have a smoke real quick.
That's why she can't.
But I said, I got my wife back up in the woods. She's a mile into the woods. She's also on said party favors. And I can't leave her there by herself a mile into the woods to take care of a bunch of people. I want to get back to my wife. I said, so I'm just going to head back now. I'll meet you guys there. So Shawnee goes, well, here, if you need, you're taking a walk back, you can take the water. So he hands me the case of water. And I'm like, all right, fine. So I walk into the woods a mile. I mean, it's black. It is pitch black. I walk into the blackness with the intention of finding this party at a camp that I've only ever been to twice. With nothing lighting my way but a blinking glow ball. Nothing. And remember, I am heavily under the influence of many substances. When I finally get like 200 feet up the road, and I see a light behind me, and it's a flashlight. I assume it's Shawnee, Somber, Veronica. I'm like, oh, you guys didn't want me walking through the woods by myself. You're worried about me. That's so sweet. And it gets there, it's Somber. It's just him. And I'm like, and he's had just as many party favors as I. And he's like, all right, let's go. And turns off his flashlight. He's like, all right, fuck it. Thing's too bright anyway. And we walked the whole fucking way to camp in the black, twisted out of our minds. Things moving and undulating in the darkness that I can't see, that I know aren't there. It's just my brain doing shit. Every step I took in the black felt like I was stepping off of a cliff. Like, this is the edge of a cliff, right? I must have made a wrong turn. This is the it looks
This is it.
I'm looking. I'm like, it looks like the edge of a cliff. I see nothing but blackness. And I pick my foot up and take a step, and there's ground. I'm like, oh, okay, good. All right, now this one's the last step I'm ever going to take. And then I take another fucking step. Somber can't see a fucking thing. All he's saying is, I'm just following the glowy light, so I'm trusting you. I'm like, well, if you see
You're
the
shit out
glowy
of
lights
luck.
fucking disappear really quickly, don't
follow.
step there. Walk around.
But first, get
Oh.
my husband.
We actually found the place. We did. We ended up safely found the place, brought water, and then my boombox died. So we had no more music. 10 minutes later, Shawnee shows up. He's like, what are you talking about? He's like, I brought mine. That's why I was like, I told you.
2 extra fucking power packs.
Yep. Yeah, but that's why he told me to get my speaker. is in case his died. And nobody knew that. So when my speaker died, everyone's like, oh, no more music. That sucks. Oh, no. And then Shawnee shows up 5 minutes later. He's like, yo, hold on a second. I got this. Boom. Music again. We partied. We raved. We had a legitimate fucking rave in the middle of the woods. And I mean, I say I walked people in so we couldn't be found, seen, or heard. I mean it. You would walk through the blackness of this forest up to where the roads, like the paths, end under that tree, which Shawnee was going to cut. And I said, no, don't cut the tree, because the four-wheelers can't drive in on us if there's a fucking tree in the way. So we left that there. I mean, you walk way in, and you cannot hear this party until you see those lights, because I made it around the horn of the mountain, around the other side. So the sound bounces off the wall of the mountain and goes the other way. You can't hear this party until you're right on top of it. It was fucking awesome. And all these glow sticks, everybody's wearing glow sticks. Somber was made out of glow sticks. Dog Lover was like wearing half of Somber. It was fucking awesome.
I had a halo, a ball, 2 bracelets, a necklace.
So much fun.
I was like, what's next, a belt?
Shawnee was like, it's 6 a.m. We should think about packing up camp. I was like, fuck that. I'm not.
Wait till it's late.
We're all wasted. Let's just wait until it starts to get daylight, and then we'll hike out. So at 7 o'clock, we packed up. We all hiked out of the woods at 7:30 in the morning. Got back to camp, sat, smoked, drank, and talked until about 9 a.m.
And I took my meds, and I still was not
We
ready to
partied
sleep.
till 9 o'clock Monday morning. Got 4 hours of sleep, woke up, and got ready to drive home. It was absolutely fucking amazing.
And then you tried to kill somebody. Oh, you're welcome, by the way.
I didn't try and kill anyone.
I found all the big ones that opened up for you.
Who did I try and kill?
Or you were going to. The tractor guy who threw the cigarette at
Oh, no. Yeah, whatever. That's 5 minutes of road rage. Give over that.
Talk about road rage. Who the fuck throws a cigarette at somebody?
Anyway, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about fun. We had a lot of fun this weekend. Lot. Well, past, not this weekend too, but not like last weekend.
No. There wasn't as many good people, but I had you.
We had so much fun, man. Good job. I'm so happy everybody got a chance to come, and hang out. I'm really happy everybody got there and home safely.
Yes.
Like, I made Fennec check in when she got home because she had such a long drive. I made Dog Lover and her mom check in when they got home.
Yep.
Not as long of a drive, but still, it's Labor Day weekend. Crazy people. Somber didn't leave till Wednesday because he stayed at Shaunae's house, partying a little bit more. He checked in when he got home very late Wednesday afternoon, evening, night. And Lilith didn't get a chance to go home until Friday because I had to take my father's van. My Explorer is in the shop back home, and my Subaru is in the shop here. So I have no car. So my father let me take his work van that he doesn't use. It's just been sitting there, and I drove that back. But I didn't have the gas because it takes more gas. I didn't have the gas to get Lilith home until I got paid, which was Friday. Trying to roll a cigarette. It could be an effort and futility, but we're going to see what we can do.
You can roll anything. You can roll dust. You could roll, beach sand if you had to. Okay? I have faith in you, man.
I had bracelets, necklaces, 3 glow balls, a giant ball of glow sticks that I shoved my head
I put it on his head.
over my bat mask. I was a typhoon of neon. Yes, Somber was.
Yeah, you were.
Somber looked like a little, and everything else he was wearing was black.
Yeah, I was
so all you saw of Somber
oh my God,
was
look at Somber.
fucking glow sticks.
Somber's glowing.
Yeah, the giant ball of glow sticks he shoved over his head, it made him look like a neon scuba diver.
It did.
Because it was just a big fucking glow ball, but he just put it on his head and danced with all his other glowy shit on.
I handed it to him. I'm like, here, do something with this.
That was fun.
He did.
No, this year's party was off the hook. There's no doubt about it. That was a little bit more wild and a little bit more out there, and depending on your definitions of what's right and wrong, maybe a little bit more illegal than the one we had last year.
But nobody could find us.
No, yeah, good luck. Good luck finding us.
That's
That's the
about to
thing.
say.
Good fucking luck, man.
What
Shauna's like, well, you know, state police. I'm like, dude, they're not going to show up 10 o'clock Sunday night and walk 70 acres of land for people that might be out here.
Yeah.
Good fucking luck.
Maybe they're in this direction. Because noises bounce off of shit at night.
Put it this way.
Really well.
There's only one person that I can think of that didn't come with us. One person I can think of that would be able to find me. Possibly.
Dad.
Maybe. And that's my father.
I just said Dad.
Only person that knows that mountain better than I do is my father.
He used to hunt on that mountain, of course.
We all lived there. We were all born and raised there. Adam too. All my brothers. But they don't know it like I do.
No, because you played as a kid. Did you like your roses?
Mm-hmm. I did. So that was the weekend. I told you I had some things to talk about. That was last weekend. That was Locust
Dog
Scott.
Lover's first all-nighter.
Dog Lover said it was her first all-nighter.
And that made us so proud. Like, yeah, we were able to do that for her. I'm like, shit, I don't even gotta take meds. I'll be here for 3 days.
Well, I mean, I've definitely done some all-nighters, but it's been a long time since I partied till like 9, 10 o'clock in the fucking morning.
It was fun. I'll trade you.
It looked like the rave in Freddy vs. Jason, only like 12 people, and instead of corn, it was trees.
Yep.
But it was like, that's what it was.
But Somber made his fence, so he should have felt right.
Like, I'll never look at a rave like on a movie the same way again. I've been to raves in real life, but like, I don't know. There's something different about throwing one.
Throwing your own. Yep.
That was cool.
Like Jasmine said, it's always best being the one that's throwing the party. Oh my god, I can't believe I reported that bitch. But she's the school bully.
Actually, Noose, it put everybody out of commission for a week. I had everybody that attended the party on Thursday texting me, oh my god, is this what it's always like? Am I supposed to, a real party is you party all weekend and then you spend the whole next week struggling?
Yes. That is how you know you can come out the end successful.
Shawnee is like, if you don't feel it for an entire week after a weekend-long party, you didn't do it right. You're not partying hard enough. Absolutely.
You owe me a coffee.
Roll you a coffee?
I said you owe me a coffee. You said it at the same time. If you want to try and roll the coffee, good luck.
Shawnee felt like he was babysitting half the night. Why the hell are you guys on the wrong side of the fence? Yeah, I hit the table. It was like 5 in the morning, 4 in the morning. I accidentally knocked the little table that was next to the fire pit. And Shawnee's lamp that was sitting on it, so we had a little bit of light. He actually put up like solar lights and stuff up there too, so we actually had like light up there.
Yeah, we did have real light.
Like we had like actual, like we could see while we were doing shit. It wasn't just completely dark with a fire.
Yeah.
So like we could see like at least where we were, not like the whole path or anything,
like
but like
a bunch of people
the
were
area where we were.
So it was really easy to find.
But I knocked over the little lamp that was on the table, and it went behind the fence. And again, this cliff is not a cliff; it's just a very, very steep bank.
Hill. Yeah, with rocks.
So I didn't want to leave Shawnee's lamp just sitting there on the bank, so I crawled around the other side and started going to get it.
Somber went with you.
Well, it took a minute for everyone to notice, and Somber was the first one to notice. They were looking and talking, and all I hear is, "My God, what are you doing on the other side of the fence?" And I look up, and there's Somber rushing over to me, and he grips me by the shoulder. I'm like,
yeah, because he didn't want you to ruin his fence.
I'm fine, dude. Like, I'm not gonna fall. He's like, I'm gonna make sure. I got you. I'm like, all right, that's fine. And then I get over to the lamp and grab it, and I hear Shawnee go, "My God, what are you guys doing on the other side of the fence?" I'm like, you're an idiot. I'm fine, for one. 2, you sent us off into the woods on all kinds of powerful shit with nothing but glow sticks.
What are you worried about now?
Yeah, come on. Like, I can handle this shit. Yeah. It was a thing.
And then, and then as soon as he gets the lamp and stands up, Somber's like, don't break my fence.
No, he tried to put me through the other side.
I know, I know.
Other side. He's like, come under here. You can go under this way. I'm like, I'm going to go around the fence. It's fine.
Like, but Somber did. He's like, don't break my fence.
Where's it gonna? I loved that fence. Still do. Yeah, and then at the end of the night, man, Shawnee's like, leave no evidence, no footprints. Let's leave no traces. And started chucking the glow sticks in the fire, and I'm like, no. He's like, but they're dead, Minus, and we don't leave garbage. I'm like, dude, you can pick up the plastic, burn the paper, bring glass bottles. I don't care. Dead glow sticks, we're leaving them all over the fucking ground. That is the print I'm leaving, because if anybody, a hunter, that's what I think. I think this hunting season, if anybody ever finds that camp, it'll be a hunter, because they'll walk that ridge underneath that tree and walk that ridge and be like, come upon this tiny little camp a mile into the woods and be like, Camp Redcorn, what the fuck? Why are all these glow sticks all over the place? Like hundreds of them. So good, man. I had so much fun. So much fun. And next year I'm trying to get, I think Mary might come. I'm trying to get PA Nightmares to come. And then we could have even more people. We're going to have to go even bigger. I have to get a live band. Set it up in the quarry with the amphitheater. The rock amphitheater. Dude.
How am I getting up there?
I will borrow a 4-wheel drive vehicle. I just love that it went off without a success, man. My brother, my parents, everything, they're all there on the property that weekend, and like we had a raging party, and literally no one even knew it existed. And if there was anybody awake at 7:30 in the morning, they would have seen a group of like 9 to 10 people all sauntering out of the woods with dead glow sticks on their head and bags of shit over their shoulder. We must have looked like a motley fucking crew.
In the lead, and we were just walking and talking, and all of a sudden I look back, and you're like 15 feet behind us. I'm like, maybe we should wait for him, and then we just.
No, because I stopped because I was waiting for the other group. We split up into 2 groups on the way back. And Shawnee led one, and then I was leading the other. You and Dog Lover were fine, so I let you guys go. Yeah, we were. But I was waiting for the other group to make sure the other group was good.
I know the mountain too, like from a certain point. As soon as I get to
that'd be awesome, News. That'd be awesome. No, well, Locust Lake is in Pennsylvania, Susquehanna County, Pennsylvania. So that's why I'm trying to get PA Nightmares to come. He was going to come this year, but it was too short notice. So, I mean, if he can come get you before he comes up, by all means, that'd be fucking great to have you come up next year.
Carpooling is actually really.
Yeah, I'm glad that campsite turned out like really good. And you guys turned that into like they did so much work up there. They got rid of all those rocks and shit, like that rock swirl, and then they stacked them, made like a nice little fire pit, like where that main swirl was perfect. It was perfect. They leveled out the ground, so like that little path you could walk on that was flat, like that was like much bigger, and you could like walk around a little bit up top. They made a spot for the table. They put the fence up. They put up the lights. I mean, they did so much shit up there. They actually turned that place into the campsite that I saw when I first walked up there. That's what Shawnee and Somber did. They did absolutely phenomenal job. And then again, everybody got home safely. And so, I mean, at the end of the day, everything worked out good. And nobody fucking died.
Yep.
I mean, because let's face facts. Like,
when you left.
somebody's great idea. Some fucking moron was like, yo, we should, like, go take a walk a mile into the woods in the pitch black and give these animals booze and all kinds of other mind-altering substances and hope that no one fucking dies. And guess what? No one died. I'm pretty happy about that.
I'm finding flakes.
5 hours isn't that bad. News? It's doable. I mean,
5 hours of sleep?
The lake is 3.5 hours from me. So, I mean, I gotta take that drive. And Somber drives 12 to 13. Just saying, it is possible.
And it's worth it.
It is possible. I don't want to say it's I don't want to say it's worth it. And I can't guarantee that next year is going to be exactly like this year. Like,
No, every
this
year's
is what I
different.
can...
That's what the event's part of the
What only
event.
thing I can guarantee you is that the Locust Lake stories, like when I describe the terrain, the quarry, the black woods, all that stuff, like that's real. Like the terrain is a real place. I can show you all those landmarks. Beyond that, I am just some guy. Those are just some woods, and basically all I'm doing when I go up there is camping. So I mean, if you want to come camping with some guy in some woods, yes, that all
And his
means.
wife.
Just don't, and his wife, but don't get your hopes all up. Be like, I'm going to Locust Lake and I'm going to party with Sabian Lockhart and we're going to see Jacob Treagle, and it's just some woods. I'm just a guy, and it's just camping. So keep your expectations super low.
But it's fun.
With that said, yes, if I'm going to have somebody be driving all that way just to come out and hang with some guy in some woods because of some stories that I wrote, I am going to do my very best to try and go that extra mile. I'll try and make it like, all right, we're going to do a party weekend. We're going to try and have some fun.
Whoa.
I can't guarantee it. I don't know what the funds are going to be. I don't know what things are going to be available. I can only do what I can do. But the growing trend is we usually start preparing for this shit in like April, and then by August, September, we're like, it's golden. We're good to go. It's happening. So, one of my friends that came this year lives in North Carolina. So Virginia Beach is kind of on the way, maybe. So again, we could always work it out, Noose. Maybe it could happen. Just a thought. So, but it was fun. But yeah, I don't want you to get your hopes up and be like, I'm gonna go to Locust Lake and there's gonna be a rave and a 2-night keg party. And I mean, that's very possible.
You used all the tobacco.
It very well could be possible. But definitely not saying that that's what's going to happen. Did you check the van?
Yeah, all over. I'm gonna go look again.
I would. It's gotta be there.
Alright, I'll look in the back.
Okay. We're looking for cigarettes. Nope. That is a very squished Twinkie. Let's not eat that. Yeah, they gotta be in the car. Nope. Oh, she's gonna be so mad at me. She's searching the car, and I got him right here. There you go, Noose. That might be who you need to talk to. Like, I don't want to give out like names and shit of people and where they live and whatnot, but there you go. So, it was, right, Dog Lover? Wasn't it? What a weekend. I had so much fun. I'm so glad that you had fun. And that's the thing, right? Like, even me, like, man, when I was younger and I just met my friends in like 20, 21, 22, like, I didn't have friends. I never went to a party before. I remember my very first, like, real party. Like, it was just so much fun. Like, felt included. And, like, not only felt included, like, I knew at that point, like, oh, okay, no, I really am included. I'm part of these people. And a lot of the people that, you know, I meet online or I become friends with in real life, I realize, like, I tend to attract really, really good people. And the thing about really good people is they tend not to fit in. Good people end up being misfits a lot of the time. And, like, I was a misfit for decades. In fact, I still am. But I just realized eventually, who the fuck wants to be normal? Normal's boring. It sucks. And it's just nice to be able to, if I can, create an environment like that where it's safe and someone can have fun, party, cut loose a little bit in a safe place. It's nice to have that. Yay, my first party, my first all-nighter. Like Dog Lover. It was just nice to do that for you. And I'm very happy, like, your first all-night party was with me. Like, that's awesome. Like, from my point of view, like, for me, that's awesome. There's another thing, too, I wanted to say, speaking of which, getting on that topic. Just so you guys are aware, well, I know a lot of you came up to me and said, thank you for the weekend. Thank you for this. Thank you for the invite. I want you, though, to understand, like, you know how I said Sean A. made my weekend, right? He's my friend. He came up. He bought hundreds of glow sticks. He brought the keg with him. He helped me get my hands on some things that I needed for the weekend. He brought an extra tent. He brought an extra chair. Like, he really, him coming wasn't me making his weekend, right? Like, he came and helped make my weekend happen. He made my weekend. But it wasn't just Shawnee. It was Somber. It was Dog Lover. It was her mom. It was Fennec. It was Lilith. It was Veronica. It was everybody that was there. That's what made my weekend. Is Shawnee coming in to pitch in and help out. Somber driving 13 hours to get to my house just to come and hang out. And he still helps out and sets up the fucking party and shit. Lilith coming and hanging out at my house and staying for an entire week after as well, just to hang out with me and watch me be all tired and grumpy from work and partying all weekend. But still, like, coming to hang out at the party and being someone that I can talk to, and Dog Lover and her mom trying so hard to get there and, like, being there and giving me the opportunity to meet them for the first time. And it's not me doing things for you guys. You guys made my weekend. My weekend was perfect because of all of you. And no, that might not make much sense, because for you, it probably looks like the other way around, but it's not. It's very, very much the way I just said it. I am just some guy. It is just some woods. I'm not any more special than any of you. And that's truth. Yes, I'm special. Everybody's special. Yes, I'm a cool, interesting squirrel. But so are all of you. You made my weekend. To have people take a large chunk of time out of their lives and come all that way knowing I'm just some guy in some woods doing some camping. And doing that because of some stories that I wrote and narrated. As an author, I can tell you there aren't words. You can't describe that kind of honor. Thank you. Thank you for making my weekend. Thank you for making me feel special. Can't thank you enough. You guys are great. You really, really are. And I hope to see more of you next year. Well, I appreciate that, but I feel like I should be included in that coming together, because I feel like we all are unified under the same banner, me included, and it's not my banner. It's just the banner. You guys all made my weekend. And I think that's just kind of the thing of it. Like, you know, I made yours, you made mine, and that was what it was when I hung out in Halstead all the time anyway. We all just kind of came together and everybody had a great time. I'm just glad I could share all that with you. And you can kind of like see what the world looks like a little bit from my perspective. And the goodness I see in people, the fun that you can have, the true meaning behind life, family, friends, loved ones. It's not money, it's not work. It's not all the shit we do day to day. That's not the stuff that's important. The stuff that's important is literally what we just did last weekend. That's the important shit. That's the stuff you will never, ever forget. That's the things that you live for. Those are the things you tell your children. Maybe not all things, not until they're older, but those are the stories you don't forget. Those are the things that help define you. Yeah, I love my job, especially now. I really do. I love taping. I love my job. I love what I do. But man, I still live to have fun and experience life.
$14, enough for a pack of papers or a bag of tobacco and papers. Where were they?
In my small bag.
I looked there 3 times yesterday. Of course I was on mushrooms, so I could have missed them.
There you go. Oh, let me finish my cigarette. Not really long.
But I mean, I found money for a full bag, like a big bag of tobacco and papers. From your pants.
Yes, we would love to meet all of you. It would be great news.
Ooh. Oh.
And Fuzzy, you're there in spirit, my friend. All of you. In fact, on Saturday, we all sat down and listened to the Locust Lake investigation. So, at the premiere on Saturday, the ones that were there, and you were there, you were there at camp with us. You were still part of that experience. It seems strange to say it, but you were. You were all of us camping in the woods. You were part of that experience because you were at the premiere on Saturday. And I'm always posting pictures in the fucking Discord and shit. So anybody that's in the Discord too, like, you're there. I'm sharing the experience with you. To me, you're there.
Shut up.
Families do get bigger, 100%.
Don't ends in blood.
It doesn't start with blood either.
Nope.
No, I tend to attract good people around me. And that's because most bad people, not good people, I don't give them any mind. I find out they're not good people and just completely stop talking to them altogether. Like they don't exist. But I do tend to just attract really, really good people. Now we have more time to prepare. Me and the Red Man should be able to actually fight next year. The kendo sticks, I would do that before you start drinking.
Why? Wait, this could be fun to watch.
It's the truth, Fuzzy. I mean, think about it this way. I could be partying at camp. I could be partying with half of you in this chat at camp on Saturday, and you can ask Somber, you can ask Lilith, you can ask my wife, you can ask Shawnee, and it doesn't even matter if it's that weekend. It's every time I go up to Locust Lake. Saturday night at 7:30, 7:45, I gotta go. Where are you going? I'll be back in like a half an hour to 45 minutes. I gotta go attend my premiere. And most of the time, my family, my friends, whatever who's up there, they'll follow me. And we'll all sit at the premiere. It doesn't matter what I'm doing. Saturday night is my time to spend with you. To sit down, watch that premiere. So even if I'm partying at camp, you guys are still on my mind. You're still there. I know that I have an obligation to be at my premiere. I want to share it with you. It's something I still want to do. Even though I'm in the middle of something else. It's like, no, I wanted to do this. I set this up to do this tonight. It's going to happen. You guys are always there with me. I do truly think that way. I really feel like that you are my friends. I know that you're my friends.
Oh my, you have so much to say. Yes,
wow. This stream's been going for an hour. I think I'm going to finish this smoke and get going. I'm hungry.
I gotta wash.
It'll happen.
Pan. Oh wait, I can make scrambled eggs on my.
But yeah, like my premiere on Saturdays, or if I'm even anything with a YouTube channel, but it's usually a premiere when I'm up there, takes precedence. The only thing that really doesn't take precedence is Blood and Beans, because Blood and Beans is casual anyway, so, if I miss a Sunday, that supposedly, in theory, should be fine. But the Saturday premieres are extremely important to me, personally, so I don't miss them. I think this one I was a little bit late, though, because I was hanging out with everyone and having a few drinks. I'm like, oh crap, it's 8:15. I had to jump in a little bit late. But yeah, we all sat and listened to the premiere on Saturday. So you were all there.
Whoops.
Very talkative kitty. She yells, meow, meow, meow.
That's Faye. She likes to talk and she wants me to go outside and find where her kittens are going to be born. And I don't feel like trudging through the backyard right now because it is a swamp. It's like, just come inside and have the fucking kittens. I will open up the suitcase.
Well, that just means all the more infinite that you're definitely there with us. If you don't exist in human form, then you should be able to exist there without a human form, spiritually. So, you're there. And my wife knows, like, I do consider you guys basically part of the family.
Yep.
I love you guys to death, and I very much care about you, and that's, like, even, like, when everyone left on Monday, like, I texted everybody when they left, let me know when you get home, check in, text me, DM me when you arrive home, let me know if you have any problems. Everyone. I do care, I do worry. I wanted everybody to come and get there, have a great time, but then also get home safely so they can reflect on said good time in the safety and comfort of their own home.
I want to put the big dried corn husks on the other side this year and tie them up onto the railings.
Okay.
I think that would just look cute.
But, alright. It has been an hour. Throat is sore. I do have some video editing and shit I got to do. And I spent my day yesterday with a fungus among us, and the house looks like it, so I should probably help my wife.
No, it's okay. I got this. You go get the cigarettes, butter, and cellophane or tinfoil that we need. Okay? I'll do the house.
Wait till we get
Don't
off
worry about
the stream, and then you can give me my list, honey. Not right now.
that. Okay.
Alright, I love you guys.
I love you too.
I will see you this weekend. I am thinking this weekend's probably going to be the Chronicles of Shiloh finale, just because I didn't have the time to get the Locust Lake story ready for this weekend. So I'm hoping that'll be this weekend, and then next weekend will be the Black Woods of Locust Lake, and then the following weekend will be the reboot that I still have to read, and I'll probably read it this week, on and off while I'm, not working. So I love you guys. Premiere page should be up before next Saturday. Just keep an eye out for it. Hopefully we'll get back on track here pretty soon. Got Halloween to prepare for. Lots of stuff to do, but I got it all in my head, and it's definitely going to get done. So, going to forge ahead. And beyond that, try and enjoy your Sunday. Have a good day out there. Relax, enjoy it, and be safe and stay creepy. Hope to see you again this coming Saturday for the premiere, and love you all. Bye-bye.